We're Bison! We are IMPACT! We're Bison! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are IMPACT, the best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted, episode 111. Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and, of course, Twitch. If you're listening on the go, then we are also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I am your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the one and only Joker, and, of course, the man for the second week running, simply known as Steve. Hi, guys. You all right?
We're good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. How about you, Steve? You all right? You feeling good?
Yeah, we're doing well, thanks. How you doing, bud?
That is not an appropriate question!
No? Okay,
No?
cool.
Okay.
Not sure. No, okay. Nobody wants to know how the Bison is today. But
Been
anyway,
waiting to drop that for ages.
I bet you have, yeah. So it's great to see you guys, and it's great to have Steve with us again. He's looking well, got a bit of colour in his cheeks by the looks of it, so that's good to see. And it's good to see a few people already join us. I can see Terrence in the chat there, Barry's in the chat as well. Remember, guys, don't forget to drop us a little note in the chat so we know you're there, and don't forget to leave us any comments on any of the things that we're talking about today. It's not going to be a particularly long show this week, guys, because well, it's not a lot been going on. The last week's episode was a Thanksgiving episode anyway, so it was just sort of kind of like a best of Thanksgiving type scenario, so which is cool. But it's really good. We've got Slowpoke joining us in the house. Hello, buddy. Nice to see you. How about that? Look, we need to have a talk about a possible Slowpoke UK tour. How about that? That's impressive to me. I'm down with that. All over the world. We need to get you on the show, brother. We need to get you on the show at some point in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
That'd be really
definitely.
cool. Hey, Bonus Baby. Nice to
Good
see you, my friend. Yeah, welcome to the show today. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Now, guys, listen, make sure if you're new to the channel and you like what you see so far, then consider smashing that subscribe button. And don't forget, obviously, to give us a thumbs up, which is very, very important. You've got to smash it. Smash that sub. You know what I mean? Give us a thumbs up. All very much appreciated. All makes a difference. You know, some people don't realize how much of a difference it actually makes. It makes a massive difference giving us that thumbs up. And if you'd like to consider, just show us your appreciation with the old super sticker, that would, of course, be very much appreciated. And, of course, again, helps us continue to provide as much content every week as possible. Can I just say a quick hello to Red Bulls is in the house. We got Terrence. Obviously, we spoke about Terrence earlier. Hakeem's in the house. I think Hakeem has just dropped another article. Hakeem, put your information in there so that we can head over and check that out. Always recommend checking out Hakeem's articles. They're real cool. Very well thought out. Really good guy. Knows his stuff. Definitely. You might not agree with everything that he has to say, but the main thing is that he's doing articles on Impact Wrestling, and he does. They're very well thought out as well. So it's good to see that.
Oh, baby!
Brilliant. It looks like Barry's been checking out a collection of old wrestling magazines from the 80s. No mention of IPWS, so anyway, so there's no spoilers for that. So that's interesting. No, you're right. There aren't no spoilers. That's weird, isn't it? But there you go. Okay, so what else have we got? Oh, Mir's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Anyway, guys, let's sort of kind of get into it. Remember, with you guys really need to, give us your thoughts on any of the things that we're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
Because it really does make a massive difference. And we can, you might think of something, or there might be something that you want to talk about that we've not mentioned. Make sure that you bring it up. It is, we do love it. You guys are just as much as part of the show as we are, so make sure you do that. That'd be cool. I've already mentioned that this past week's Impact Wrestling was a Thanksgiving special. Special shout out to Kurt Angle. I thought this week's Thanksgiving dinner was fantastic. I did watch it, and I do remember watching it the first time as well, that particular one. I thought Tom Hannifan and Matthew Raywalt did a good job, sort of kind of like, pushing that one through. There was a couple of sort of kind of really cool segments on there with regards to sort of kind of forwarding storylines a little bit. Like there's a Steve Maclin thing on there, which is quite good. So there was a few things on there. If you haven't seen it, you want to go and check it out. You can fast forward through some of the Thanksgiving stuff if you want, but there's a couple of cool things on there. Taylor Wilde was thankful for the wild ones. That was one thing I remember. So there was lots of things like that on there as well. And obviously the Thanksgiving dinner of Impact Wrestling never goes well. So it's definitely, if you remember some of the fun stuff that they've done on Thanksgiving episodes back in the day, then it's definitely worth checking it out. Kurt Angle hosting was funny. And there was some good. James Storm was on there. Chris Harris was on it. Obviously, Eric Young was on there. We had the Guns were on there, I think. If I remember right. Yeah, there was some good bits on there. So it's definitely worth checking out. I think even Grado was on there.
I think so. Yeah. I saw the Alex Shelley bit, then I went on to watch all the other stuff because I was too tied up with everything else.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just going to be a full highlight from the last past few years, rather than something new. But I'm gonna give it another watch, especially in preparation for Thursday and Friday.
Well, there was. Most of it was just sort of kind of like flashback stuff to other episodes. I like the way that they sort of they almost took the main theme was obviously the Kurt Angle Thanksgiving dinner, and that sort of kind of transferred as the show went on. That was the main theme, even though they were showing other things as well. It sort of kind of, I thought it worked really well, and they snuck in a few little snippets of backstage promos or whatever. They slapped in a few things along the way, just to give you a few snippets of what's going on at the moment as well. So I think it was a really well put together episode, and very entertaining, and a nice little trip down memory lane of some of the TNA, Thanksgiving episodes, which I thought was pretty good. So go and check it out. Like I said, nothing really original, but it was a nice nostalgia. It was a laugh. Nice bit of nostalgia in there from Thanksgiving episodes of the past. Go and check it out. Okay, so Las Vegas-based indie wrestler Jai Videl signs a multi-year deal with Impact. Now, the interesting thing about this one, apparently, he's the very first openly gay man to sign a multi-year contract with Impact Wrestling over the last 20 years. I think a few people brought up a couple of others, but I think they were sort of kind of like either bisexual or they weren't actually signed. I don't think Orlando Jordan was actually signed. I think he's just in for like a few sets of tapings to see how he went, and he didn't really cut over very well. So I don't think
last one that was openly gay was Kiera Hogan, and she didn't announce it until she left Impact Wrestling.
No, she did. She announced it when she was in Impact Wrestling because they did a tour. It was just before Bound for Glory in Chicago.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah, I know.
When they did that big event, but then I'm not sure how they're doing. I think obviously she would have been a lesbian, I guess, and Jay is obviously gay, or a man, I guess. I don't know. I don't know too much about all that sort of stuff. I just accept it's cool. At the end of the day, I like the way that they did it through it was announced via, I think it's called Outsport. As the news outlet, I quite like the way that they did that. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? What are your thoughts on Jai Videl? I think that what we've seen of him so far, we've seen him at a couple of different sets of tapings when they've been at Vegas. I think he looks like he's got a bit of talent. Not seen him go properly in the ring yet. because I think the matches that he's had have been pretty much squash matches. So I'm looking forward to see what he does. He looks like he could potentially be an X Division wrestler to me, or possibly a tag wrestler maybe. So maybe they're looking at putting a bit more emphasis on that whole mixed tag thing again. So maybe we see Jay and Giselle tagging together, possibly. I don't know, but
they had good chemistry.
I'm interested in seeing what. I think they did. I think they have fantastic chemistry. You know, they definitely fed off each other.
I will say I can't get over not calling him K with an I. Yeah,
K with an I.
said, yeah, I want to see Caleb with a K back and reignite that feud.
Yeah, no, definitely. That would be interesting. It's a shame he's gone, isn't it? Really, because that would have that could have been a potential feud there, which would have been cool. But I did think they had a good pairing. They gelled really well.
They did.
I mean, when they did the whole like real thing, it was sort of kind of like talking about how fantastic Giselle was, which was clearly like a reboot of the awesome Kong tribute and all that kind. I thought it was good. So, but yeah, definitely. Can I just quickly say a quick hello to Bonus Baby? I've noticed Bonus in the house. I've also noticed J Bones arrived. It's great to see you, my friend. Anyone else who's joined while we've been chatting? Red Bull's in the house. I'm not sure where it was in there. And I agree with Red Bull on this one, right? You know, who cares if he's gay? Let's see if he can wrestle. Now, I agree with that. But, but I think these days it is quite a thing when they bring that kind of stuff up. But hey, Anna, great to see Anna in the house. But either way, I think it's going to be an interesting signing. Like I said, he had some great chemistry with Giselle. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes from there. I mean, are you down with that, guys?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can offer. And he's a former champion elsewhere. He's currently a champion for. I had that written down on the notes I sent you. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but he's a world champion. One of the indie promotions he's been wrestling with. So he's shows he can go in the ring, and he's pretty early on in his career too. So it's going to be an interesting turn of events. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Some of the stuff he's done with Giselle Shaw has been fantastic as well.
Definitely,
I really enjoyed that.
That's interesting. That's interesting what Hakeem's saying there. No, I recognise that the Bling Empire, is that a thing already? Is the Bling Empire a thing already? Let us know, Hakeem. It looks pretty cool. I like the idea. Could be the start of a faction called the Bling Empire. I don't know too much about that, but it sounds pretty good to me. Hello, boss. Yeah. Nice to see the bosses in the house.
Hey, Trent.
Trent's in the house. Hey. Nice to see. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us, Ma.
Sammy's saying hi to Trent too.
Is he really?
Sammy says hi. Sammy says hi to Trent.
Is that because he's like Trent's nemesis, or now he's the lead singer. He's the lead singer of Hemi now, isn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Slowpoke, he feels as though the tag team of Videl and Caleb with a K is a missed opportunity. Well, you never know. Could be.
I will. On that, I would say I'm very intrigued to see what they do with Videl, but I'm not going to get too hyped just because we've seen wrestlers sort of say, I don't know, an Aiden Prince, a John Schuyler come in, and we haven't seen them all year. So let's just wait and see, and see if anything does happen before we get too hyped about it.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'm liking some of Slowpoke they're saying about. Terrence talking about possibly Kira Hogan versus Mickie James at the Hard to Kill Fallout tapings. That's interesting. I don't know where that's come about, but you never know.
A reformation of Fire and Flavor if Savannah does break up with Tasha.
There you go. Or is it Samantha? Is it Samantha Evans or is it? I don't know. I'm not sure. Trent
she raised an eyebrow when he said that.
I know. It was funny. It was funny. We do need to say a quick happy birthday, of course, to our Hive Queen, don't we? Our Hive Queen, Rose. It's her birthday. I believe she's 21 again, everybody. So
happy day of incarnation to the Hive.
Exactly.
Queen.
Happy meat suit. Happy meat suit day, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, definitely go and drop her some love on socials, guys. We love her. She's pretty awesome. And while you're doing that, why not go and check out the interview I did with her as well over on the TNI YouTube channel. Go and check it out. It's on there. I think we've almost hit 800 views on that interview. It'd be amazing if we could get that one to 1,000. I'll be well impressed if we get that one to 1,000. That'd be pretty cool.
Because I'm sick.
Well, yeah. That one's on there as well if you want to go and check that one out. There's plenty of interviews going around. Now, guys, this Friday, we've got the IPWF Throwback Throwdown 3. God, blimey, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Throwback Throwdown 3. My God, that's hard when you've got a list. That is hard when you've got a list like me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this Friday, Impact Plus Ultimate Insider. Nothing's been given away on this one. I got no idea on the matches or anything like that. But if you're interested in the throwback shows, go and check it out. I like them. I probably won't be staying up to watch it. I will watch it at some point, and I'm sure we'll talk about it next Thursday. But if you're into the throwback throwdown stuff and the IPWF, it's worth checking out. But no, checking out your old 80s, wrestling magazines for spoilers, okay? Don't do it. Make sure you go and check it out live. Well, I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
Punk Trace.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, hey, Punk Trace. Great to see you, my friend. We've got loads of people joining us today. There's obviously they obviously want to hear what we've got to say about a certain subject in a minute. Now, we've also had the fantastic news that Angels and Kon have confirmed in interviews and on social media and different ways that they are signed to Impact Wrestling and join the Impact roster. I think this is fantastic news. And just goes to show, the same old story. We lose a few, we gain a few. And you know what? What always happens is we get some fresh matches. We're going to get some fresh stuff that we haven't seen before. Got to remember, we've only seen a couple of matches from Angels. We've not really seen anything other than that squash match that he had with Josh Alexander. So I'm interested to see where this goes. We've also had a couple of promos. We had one fresh promo turn up on Impact this past week with between Deonna and...
Oh, that was cold. That was really, really cold.
About taking it back to the beginning. Are we going to see the prison or the asylum of some sort or whatever it was? Are we going to get to see a promo about that this Thursday? I've got a funny feeling we might. What do you reckon?
I have a horrible feeling this could be the end of Eric Young. And I think, I have this nasty feeling that there's rumors that Eric Young is going to be finishing up at the end of the year and everything. I think now this actually might be where it happens, because when he said to Deonna the week that we go back to where it all began, the first thing that crossed my mind was when he got Deonna to tell on Jake something.
Yes.
And it'll be 2 years to the day since Cody Deonna attacked Jake Deonna.
That's right. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. When they showed a picture and they keep showing pictures of Deonna in the middle and Kon and Angels behind him, I sort of kind of almost have this feeling that Deonna is going to take on the role of the designer. Yeah. The new leader, Eric, obviously will, disappear into the background. Which would be a real shame because, I'm a massive fan of Eric Young and I've loved seeing his work over the last couple of years on Impact. Would be a shame, but he seems to be getting heavily into his hockey stuff on the socials and stuff. So maybe it's his way of sort of kind of backing out a little bit and letting the young bucks take on the mantle, I guess. But we'll just have to wait and see. I sort of kind of feel that that's where it's going, but we'll have to wait and see. I think Hakim's right there as well. He's saying that Alan Angels is the first former AEW star to sign with Impact since Kylie Ray. Obviously left AEW and then signed with Impact, even though that didn't end particularly well. But it's good to see.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. But it's good to see that there are stars seeing Impact as a viable option to sign, and not just turn up and for a couple of shows and then you don't see them again. But I'll tell you what,
Matt Cardona did a couple of dark matches as well, but that doesn't really sounds not the same as going on to Dynamite. I'm not sure if Alan Angels went on to Dynamite either, but I know he was at AEW as well.
Yeah. So it's interesting, but I think that we may get to see another Sammy match possibly with EY. But we'll see. But that's the way it looks to me. It almost looks like they're trying to set up Deonna as the new designer, the new leader, the new reincarnated BBD.
Yeah. And how good is that for Deonna? You look at how far he stepped up in the last couple of years. What a step up it is for Deonna. Because a lot of people a couple of years ago didn't even look at Deonna as being this, leader of a faction character.
No, not at all. They didn't see it, did they? That nobody's seen it. We've seen it. We think we've said for all along what a fantastic worker, what a fantastic performer Deonna is, or Cody Deonna, wherever you want to put it. Fantastic talent, getting an opportunity to shine.
Yes, exactly.
Within this VVD faction, which I think is awesome. But yeah, it's great. Hey, Bear, nice to see you, bud. Loads of stuff going on in the chat today. I'll tell you what. Let's get into this. Let's get into this a bit now. Okay, so Impact signed a brand new multi-year distribution partnership with, I think it's DAZN. I'm not sure. DAZN. I'm not sure how you say it. DAZN. I don't know.
DAZN.
I don't know. To make
like
Impact
DAZN, like DAZN.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, it's to make Impact available now in 170 countries worldwide, and this all begun yesterday, including and it includes countries like the UK and Ireland, Switzerland, Austria, France, Poland, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, Japan, Brazil, Germany. A lot of countries that currently they've not been available. DAZN can be accessed on smart TVs, games consoles, Amazon Fire TV, Fire TV sticks, Google Chromecast, Apple TV, as well as via the DAZN app on iPhone, iPad, Android. Other tablets, of course, are available, and mobile devices. So, if you want access to Impact Wrestling, it's pretty much a done deal.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
Good job, Anthem. But I have to say, 170 countries Impact is now available in. That must be the most, even in TNA's prime. I'm pretty sure it wasn't available in 170 countries.
It's up there with OVW now as one of the most widely available wrestling promotions across the world.
Yeah. Oh, is that how you say it? It's DAZN. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
DAZN. Okay, cool. I'm down with that. I to be honest with you, I'd never heard of it before.
I use it. I use it to watch a lot of boxing matches and stuff. You get some fucking good stuff on there. From there, they show some really good fights on there. They had Katie Taylor some of her big fights on there, and it's really, really, really good. I was so over the moon when I saw the news about Impact Wrestling signing up. I honestly thought it was a joke when I first saw it. And then I saw Josh Alexander saying Eddie Edwards, Sammy Callahan, Rosemary, Ty Valkyrie, and it's get snowballing for the past a couple of hours after it was announced that everyone's pushing it out. And I was like, fucking hell, yes. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome news. Like you said, from what everyone's saying and from what I've sort of kind of been reading, this is a big deal. The fact that, at the end of the day, it's now available in countries that it wasn't available in before, via pretty much every avenue possible. I know it's a subscription channel, but it's not something you're not subscribing to that channel just for Impact Wrestling.
No, perfect.
There's so much more. If you're into combat sports, then this is the place to go.
I love this match.
There you go. So it is interesting how this is going to sort of kind of like pan out. It's good news that obviously this is fully available. Funny enough, yesterday I checked it out on my smart TV, and it's there. And I was kind of like, okay, this is cool. But the interesting thing with it is, I still think we need to be looking at getting it on a Freeview channel, like an actual cable channel in the UK.
Yeah.
We still need to do that, but again, this is another great way to watch it, but they've got to market this motherfucker to make sure people know,
I've no doubt this is going to get the marketing.
I mean,
pushed to
so
the fucking
far,
roof.
I have seen quite a lot. I mean, even the DAZN channel have been smashing it out there all over their social media, where they've got quite a following on their own social medias. I've seen the advert that they're obviously putting out on the channel, which is fantastic. They're putting out all over the place, which is great to see. I'm assuming they've probably got some kind of YouTube presence, so it's going to be all over that. So this is fantastic news. This is fantastic news.
Yeah. The marketing has definitely improved since they brought in was it D'Angeli, whatever it. Since he's come in, you can definitely see the improvement in their marketing over the last sort of few months.
Oh, loads of stuff's been improving. Like you say, it's only a couple of weeks ago we were talking about advertising during Raw and advertising during Dynamite. These are the things that they need to do. We've been seeing more advertising on YouTube. We've got loads of stuff going out there, and they're starting to really, hype everything up. The only thing that concerns me at the moment is, although the TV production has improved slightly, the sound has gone backwards again after the Vegas tapings. Now, I know that some of these problems are also venue based, because obviously all the different venues have different acoustics, so it's not an easy thing to get those sound right. And I would imagine that when they have good sound, it's when they're using their own equipment. And when they've got bad sound, it's when they've hired some equipment from somewhere local or whatever. I don't know. It's not quite right. Now, I've got Hakeem asking about, do we think Impact Wrestling will end up on the CW channel? I don't know anything about the CW channel, so is this something that's been banding around? Either way, I would like to see it on a channel in the UK. CW, is that a US channel? I don't know, because I've never heard of it, so I don't know.
Maybe expand on what CW is.
Yeah, let us know what is CW channel, and then maybe I did see that I think some guy or somebody had been recently made in charge of a channel in the US when he was in charge of Pop or something when Impact was on Pop, and he was part of bringing Impact to Pop. I don't know. Anyway, worth or it might even been Destination America or something like that. But anyway, one of the other channels at Impact we're on over the years, and he apparently was very big on Impact. So could he be looking to bring Impact to that channel? I don't know. I've got no idea. Not heard anything. It would be cool if they can push it out on a channel which is got more viewership, I guess. Don't really know too much about that side of things, but it would be cool if they did that. I mean, and again, talking about this DAZN deal, okay, it's very interesting also to see loads of Impact talents putting it out there that this has happened. They're excited to get on there. One of the most interesting ones for me was to see lots of speculation with Matt Cardona potentially turning up at the Royal Rumble or whatever negotiations going on with regards to that, or just going to WWE. And then you see Matt Cardona putting out, promoting the major players being seen by Impact, and of course a new distribution deal with DAZN, which I thought was very, very cool. But interesting stuff to see that, which I thought was really cool. What's bonus, baby? Anthem still needs to get access in the other 37 million homes it's not available in. Women of Wrestling are pulling 300,000 per week on the CW because of availability. No reason Impact can't do that. But I don't understand why you're talking about CW specifically. Has there been something brought up? I mean, just because WOW's on there doesn't mean that Impact's going to be on there. Why are you talking about CW specifically? Is it is there something out there saying that Impact are negotiating with them? I've not seen anything like that, so no idea. but interesting to see that people who don't even watch Impact complain that they aren't on cable. Then they complain that they don't have cable. Okay, so yeah, just whatever. You know, I think all of that crap is ridiculous anyway, because all you need is the internet, and you can get Impact Wrestling, and that was before you even had this. YouTube. You know, you could get it.
We had YouTube, and then there you go, job done. And YouTube's on everything.
Yeah, or you could go download Impact Plus. I mean, there's ways of watching it if you want to watch it.
Yeah, you go old school like me and use the Impact Plus app.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So Critical Sting is saying that the guy that was on Pop TV is just gone to CW. Okay, so there you go. So that was what I was talking about. I didn't realize that was the channel that he's gone to. Who knows? You know, it may be the fact that, you know, this guy helps bring Impact to the CW channel. Who knows? If he does, I'm pretty sure that, you know, they're going to want it exclusively. But my worry is that Anthem, I don't think, are going to want to take it off Access.
Yeah, and this is a good point as well. From, you know, if they're making a profit, then they must be doing something right. If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Well, you know, to a degree, I agree with that. You know, but there's also the thought that you need to speculate to accumulate.
You do.
So,
you do.
Yes, they're making a profit. Yes, they're making a profit. But like myself, as a businessman, entrepreneur myself, I don't just sit and go, yes, I'm making a profit. I go, right, how can I make more? So, and the only way to do that is to speculate, to accumulate. It's the only way.
Yeah, I think as well, like you've said, you don't want to take too many big steps at once. It's those little steps, bit by bit.
Yeah. It's what Don Callis and Scott Demore have been doing since they took over, is take little steps and keep it going. And
exactly.
The pandemic knocked it back a bit, but still the whole point idea was to go step by step and take it slowly. And they said the rebuilding process would take it up through 2023, 2024. And now it'll probably be 2024, 2025 because of the pandemic. But that's when they... Yeah. So, you know, they're bang on track. And they went over this with... since they took over, what the expectations and the plan was. They went over it with Chris Jericho. They went over with Tommy Dreamer. And he spoke to Scott Demore about it last year soon afterwards too. He's been over it with everybody that they went and interviewed. They even went over it with Tony Khan. You know, let them know what their ambition was, and Tony Khan just pie face them.
As usual. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't want Impact to succeed. He wants to look like the good guy. He wants to look like the new savior of pro wrestling. But he doesn't want others to succeed, because if all the other groups are succeeding, then potentially he's not. You know, he's not stupid. He understands. You know, in the moment, there is only so many fans to go around, right? There's only so many fans. And, you know, not many wrestling promotions are creating unique views, or what are they called? You know, people that are not viewing the product on a regular basis, casual fans or whatever it is that they call it, casual viewers. They're not really picking up masses of casual viewers. They've really only got that kind of niche on the hardcore fan. And at the moment, Impact Wrestling are very similar to that, because if you think about it, in reality, the majority of the Impact fans that you see, the majority of the Impact fans that you talk to are diehard Impact fans, right? Mm-hmm. They love the product and they watch it religiously, right? So Impact in I mean, let's face look. Black Taurus has just literally hit the nail on the head. He's hit the nail on the head with his comments there with regards to this. Impact Wrestling, slowly, catchy monkey. They're doing the best they possibly can. I think, you know, they're gradually making the deals. They're gradually making the strides. And just give them time. Just give them time. They'll get there in the end. But guys, listen, a quick change of subject. Let's just quick change of subject. Ace and Bay kicking ass in Japan. Right, in the Super Juniors Tag Cup or tournament or league or whatever it's called. 3 wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss, though, what a match. I mean, Joe, I know you loved it.
Yeah, it was an insane match. It was really, really good. They went up against Leo Rush and I think his name is Yoa YOH or YOH or something like that. He's a Japanese wrestler. They've only been teams together for about 4 or 5 months themselves. Leo Rush, like, he cut a promo after the match saying how long he's been working with him, and they've like gelled together like Ace and Bay have gelled together really, really well. And those guys are going to go really far if they stick together after this New Japan tournament too. But Ace and Bay, fucking hell, you think they're good in Impact Wrestling. Watch some of the stuff they're doing in Japan. It's absolutely insane. And Chris Bay is like 2-0 in singles competition in Japan now too.
Yeah.
Please allow me to express a heartfelt congratulations.
I think this tournament is clever. At the end of the day, this tournament is clever. It's clever the way that they're using these Super Junior tournaments to push the Impact talents on that Japanese audience. You notice that this latest deal that they've just got with DAZN, includes access to Japan. It's available in Japan, right? Now, at the end of the day, if they're looking to create more interest in these countries, then they're showing them these talents at the Impact.
And Gujjar Amora is possibly signing with Impact Wrestling too.
Well, it looks like he is. I mean, if you look at his social media, he's not promoting anyone other than Impact on there.
Yeah, rumors were going around that he was a free agent by mid-October. I thought he's still representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I thought it was because like they were saying when he came over to Impact, but he's now broken away from the dojo, and he's now like got like 2 years to go around the world, mostly like America in this case, to spread his wings and make himself known before he can go back and graduate the full dojo.
Kick that out, Steve. Kick that out, mate. Done. Thank you.
Triumphant.
That was a triumphant kick out as well. That was great. But anyway, but again, J-Bone is saying in there, a great example of how great the relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling is. Exactly. I totally agree with that as well. And actually, talking about Yuya Uemura, that promo that he did with Delirious was so good. Like, I thought that was really funny, the way that they did that. Because Yuya, I don't know if you guys have not followed Yuya Uemura on social media, you need to go and follow him. It's actually quite funny because he put out a tweet basically saying, I had no idea what this is. But it wasn't Japanese. I thought it was brilliant. And you could tell that he was just trying it in the promo because he was just like smiling the whole time. I thought that was brilliant. I absolutely superb. That was a great promo. I loved it. So Bonus Baby saying 3-1. Ace and Bay were 4-0 with 8 points. No, they've definitely lost the match. They've
lost their most recent match, which is the one they've put on this week, which is against Leo Rush and his Japanese partner.
Yeah, they definitely lost that match.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, 100% they lost that match. But it's fantastic to see. I think I'm pretty certain that these guys are going to be top of the table.
Yeah, have you seen the new Ace and Bay shirts as well? They're fantastic as well.
Yeah,
they are
fantastic. They
are.
We'll try some bloody money to get some, but
I always say, guys,
there's
new stuff going. Okay, so it's 4-1. So they definitely lost one. So they won 4 and lost 1. Okay, cool. So they're still smashing it. Either way, they're still smashing. Last time I looked, it was 3-1.
Fantastic.
But it's still great news. Now, with regards to Shop Impact, they're dropping stuff all the time. New shirts. They've got, like the micro balls are on there. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the new toys that they're bringing out, the figures. So that should be really good. But yeah, loads of great stuff coming out, and it's great to see Ace and Bay kicking ass. And I think it's a great strategy what they're doing by putting, like you say, these talents into New Japan. Like you say, especially if Impact's going to become available in Japan, that's a fantastic. They're going to get viewers that way. It's definitely a way to do it. Now, here's a question I'm going to pose to you guys. I'm interested to know what you guys think in the chat as well, because I've got a funny feeling that we are going to see the return of Su Yung at Hard to Kill. She started showing up on some of the indies over the last 6 months or so. I'd say over the last 3 or 4 months, she's definitely been popping up here and there. She's starting to get a little bit more regular. So it's almost like she's sort of kind of shaking out the ring rust, getting herself back up to speed, and ready for a return. And it just seems fitting, Friday the 13th, Hard to Kill. Undead Bride, we've getting in the logo, we've got a coffin in there. I think this is where we're going to see the return of Su Yung. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, like you say, I think it all feels like it's made to be, doesn't it? Friday the 13th, the coffin and Hard to Kill. You're seeing Sue kind of slowly work her way back. It just feels like it's made to be. The only question is, how will she return? Where will she return? That's the question.
Yeah. What do you think, Joe? What do you think on this one?
If Su Yung comes back, it'll be to end Mickie James's career, or it'll be to take out Deonna Purrazo again. That's
what you think?
Yeah, but I do think if that is building, it's something about Friday the 13th. It's been sitting right with me for ages. And especially over the last 2 months, Su Young's been sending a lot more photo shoots and everything too.
There's been a lot going out. She's
making a lot more appearances in the ring, and she was at WrestleCade as well.
She's definitely putting herself out there, isn't she? She's definitely putting herself out there, which I think is great to see. And I really hope that Hard to Kill on Friday, January the 13th, we get to see a return of Su Yung.
I do agree with Violet here. She'll probably come back, but not in a wrestling format, like after a match or something.
Yeah. Yes. It's just a return. I don't know. I don't think there'll be a match, but I think it'll be a return. I'm thinking, I quite like the idea. I quite like the idea of her coming back, like you say, after a Mickie James last rodeo match. That makes sense, to challenge Mickie James.
Yeah. It just reminds me of when Rosemary came back and when that casket match with Su Yung in that alley.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense. I certainly, if I was booking it, I'd be bringing her back at Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
Definitely on Friday the 13th. Totally makes sense. I think obviously this is a plan. They're working on it. But yeah, I think definitely the return of Su Yung at Hard to Kill.
Su Yung and Killer Kelly would be good too.
Yeah. You heard it here. You heard it here on TNI-UK Impacted. The return of Su Yung at Hard to Kill. No, I definitely think that's going to happen. Also, I think last week or the tail end of last week, early part of this week, the tickets are now on sale for New Year's Revolution tapings on January the 20th and the 21st. This is going to be taking place in Kissimmee in Florida. There's a lot going on down that way at the moment. They've got a good wrestling fan base down there, haven't they, in Florida? So it's good to see they're putting matches down there. I think, is it a new venue or is it an older venue? I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's news to me. I've not heard of it before. Not in Kissimmee, Florida. They've been to different parts of Florida, obviously. I've never heard of this one.
Yeah. So this is the latest one that they've. It's like the set of tapings after Hard to Kill. So you got Hard to Kill, and you've got then you've obviously got the Fallout tapings the following day, and then two. Is it maybe a week or so later, a week and a bit later. Then you've got the. It must be a week later, if it's the 20th and the 21st. A week later, you've got two days of tapings for the New Year's Revolution. Yeah. So really looking forward to this. Like I say, it seems right. Apparently, it's not Kissimmee, according to Kissimmee. It's not Kissimmee. All right. Well, whatever. It looks like Kissimmee.
Let us know let us know what it is.
Yeah. How do you say it then? It looks
voice clip.
I don't know. I'm interested to hear what Come on, tell us what it is then, Mr. Claverclogs. You let us know. Anyway, loads of cool stuff coming on in the chat at the moment, so it's good to see. I think we're definitely onto something here. Su Yung is definitely coming back. I think it's at Hard to Kill in January. Looking forward to that. Now, the other thing
be a great birthday present indeed.
Oh yeah, definitely. That would be amazing. So also now what we've got, we were just talking about it. I think it's just been mentioned a couple of times in the chat earlier. The voting is now open on the Impact website for the Impact Year-End Awards 2022. If you haven't, make sure you head over and cast your votes. I think I'll give you two of mine. I'm definitely going for Josh Alexander as Wrestler of the Year for the men, and I'm going to go with Jordan Grace for Wrestler of the Year.
Stole my votes. That's exactly what I put.
I'm definitely 100%. I wasn't sure which Josh Alexander match to pick for match of the year because they've all been so bloody good. It was really difficult. But I 100% went straight for Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich.
I did
as one of my picks as well. That was a fantastic match. And there was a couple of good matches at Hard to Kill.
I went for the Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich. I think it was Josh Alexander versus Eric Young, and the Ultimate X Knockouts match, which Sasha Steele's won. Like the three big matches that I picked as like because that Ultimate X match was absolutely fantastic, and it was one. And relating to one of the Total Nonstop Impact tweets earlier today, they're asking us what our favorite division was. The Knockouts and the X division have been on fire all year, but all these matches that Josh Alexander has had throughout the entire year as like outshined everything else, so that everyone almost forgets what's gone on everywhere because of how good
every single one of those matches have been bloody awesome, haven't they?
Exactly, because of that. So, and I was saying to him, you can't make me choose between the Knockouts and the X division. It's not fair. I was 50-50, flipped a coin and ended up picking the Knockouts as you would expect me to. That it being Rosemary's birthday recently, I had to honor the Hive Queen.
Okay,
and Jordan Grace to put me in a vertebraker as well. So
yeah, you don't want none of that going on. Jesus. David Gibson in the chat has posted something interesting. He heard a rumor that Nick Aldis is coming back to Impact Wrestling, and he's asking if it's any true. Do you know what? I got no idea, mate.
No idea.
I hope so. I've
been quite critical of Nick Aldis in the past. I find him a bit boring, but when he did come back and he had that match. I thought he was pretty good. He's had a couple of matches, hasn't he, this year? So there was one where he sort of came in. It was Mickie James. Was it Mickie James? No.
Mickie James and
Mickie James and Nick versus Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. And then
he was part of Team Impact.
And then we had another match. He was part of Team Impact. I thought that match, he was really good.
Yeah.
Right? I thought he was really good in that match. And he actually showed some charisma as well on the mic, which I have to say, I've not really seen in a lot of his promos prior to that. Even his NWA stuff, I wasn't overly impressed. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it pans out. However, from what I saw of him wrestling in that match, in that Team Impact match, I wouldn't mind seeing him against Josh Alexander.
Yeah, I can see it going if he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a pretty good match. It could be a pretty good match.
I've always been a fan of him from the start. I've always thought he had something, and I always felt bad for him when he won the world title because he was booked like absolute crap.
He wasn't booked particularly well, and it wasn't a good time either, was it? It was all sort of kind of starting to fall apart at that point. But yeah, no, it's interesting, definitely. Hey, Deb Punk, I didn't notice you before. Great to see you in the chat, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Now, guys, this. My buddy, friend of the show, Jake Christ, gets another appearance on the digital media exclusive match of the week. Wrestling Revolver Speedball Mike Bailey versus Jake Christ. I saw this match at the Wrestling Revolver show anyway. It was the opening match of Smoke 'em, if you've got them. I think it was the title of the pay-per-view. And it was a good match. Yeah, my only criticism wasn't long enough. I'd like to it gone a little bit longer because it was so good. I thought Jake straight out the gate was fantastic. Speedball was fantastic. It was a really good match. And I believe it was a first time matchup as well.
Something you see in Rage.
That's right. It's a first time matchup as well, from what I can gather. So they've not faced each other before. So it's definitely worth going and checking that one out. Really good match. And I have to say, I love Jake's ring gear. I think he looks really unique. You know what I mean? I think he looks good. So it's good to see Jake again being sort of kind of showcased by Impact. So not only have we had him recently, well, not like one point last year versus Josh Alexander on an episode of Impact, but we've now seen him twice, I believe, as the digital media exclusive match of the week. So it's great to see, and fingers crossed we get him back. I really, really want to see Jake back. He's not given me any.
I want to see Jake Chris versus Joe Hendry for the digital media championship. That would be amazing.
Yes,
that would be gold, because the Jake Chris and Mike Bailey was amazing. I had to watch it twice to take it all in, and throughout that match, both the commentators were saying Jake Chris is someone that can go any style. I mean, everyone associates him with deathmatch wrestling, but put him in the ring with someone like Joe Hendry, and you will see the wrestling ability really shown through.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Finally! Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? I've not seen that. I've been scrolling through all the soundbites looking for that, but fucking hell, thank God for that. Say his name, and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
We've got to get it in every time. I love it. I'm so happy. Did you put that
Sammy
in there,
likes it
Steve?
too. Sammy believes, didn't you, Sammy?
Did you
say his name, Sammy?
See, finally, we got it. Do it again. Joe Hendry.
Sammy, say his name.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Go get the clap, boys. Come on. Let's do it again. We've got to clap. Everyone claps at the end. Do it again. One more time. Get the clap in.
One more.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
The dog back me in the wrist.
Oh, love it. Love it.
And now he's standing on my stones.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, fantastic. So I'm glad that's been put in there. Well done, Steve. We finally got it in there. So remember, whenever you mention his name, he will appear. He will appear. So you got to be careful. You've got to be careful.
Sammy believes Joe Hendry.
Oh my God!
Yes, Swinger versus Joe Hendry would be a massive, fantastic match.
Joe, you've got to be careful. Every time you mention his name, he's going to appear. You've got to remember that. Yeah?
Say his name.
So you've got to remember that, Steve, as well.
Oh, we'll just have a show of consistent sound bites.
Well, it would be cool.
That's what Christmas is for.
That's what this is all about. It's what it's all about. You know, if you mention his name, he's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? If you mention his name, he's going to be there.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's superb. Love it. Anyway, so remember, guys, you can't keep mentioning Joe Hendry because he will appear.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh my God. Oh,
I'm going to have fun with this
now,
guys.
Be a nightmare.
You've given me a new toy.
This is gonna. Oh dear. This is gonna be an absolute nightmare. You know, you got to remember, guys, you cannot say his name in the chat. If you say his name in the chat,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, what are we gonna do here? Nightmare. Anyway, moving on. We've got the BTI match this week. Has been
stopped me from reaching the keyboard.
Has been advertised as Lady Bird Johnson, of course, Jessica versus Miss Behaven, which is obviously, of course, Lish Edwards. So I think that's going to be a cracker. That's going to be. Oh no, Steve, look at the chat, Steve.
What's that mean? Shift your bum.
Yeah, but does it count if it's been written?
I think it does, mate. I think it does. I think we just got to be really careful with it. But every time his name's mentioned, you know, it's got to happen.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God.
When you said that, I thought it was something really, really graphic. I was trying to get my dog to be that because I thought that he's there growling at me, and it's all because someone said Joe Hendry.
Oh,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Anyway, so
we got a counterbalance to that.
Bird Johnson. What?
We got a counterbalance to that.
Okay, what is it? Come on.
Hardcore country.
Da 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 da. Of course, Deonna Purrazo versus Mickie James in the last rodeo match this Thursday.
Country.
Da 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 da. Oh my god, this is mental. Anyway, so that's going on this Thursday. You don't want to miss that. I think that's going to be an amazing match. I think it's going to be an amazing match.
Yeah.
We've also got Rich Swann versus Bully Ray. That is going to be a classic. I think that's going to be a good one. Looking forward to that. Hopefully, Rich is going to kick his ass. But I'm pretty sure.
Josh Alexander doesn't tear the ring apart trying to get to him.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Are we going to get? I mean, Josh is going to come in and get him. I don't know. I think this is going to end in a DQ. I'm sure.
And obviously, then that could put Rich Swann in an interesting position because obviously he wants a part of Bully Ray. But then obviously, if Josh gets involved, is it a case of does it drive a wedge between him and Josh?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be interesting how this one all pans out, definitely. And Mir, 100% prayers go out to Mickie James and her family.
Yeah.
Some sad news there.
Yeah.
With regards to, I think is her
brother and her brother and his
niece?
sister were killed. Her niece were killed in a car crash.
Yeah, horrendous.
And their daughter was injured.
Oh my god, just incredible! Like it's just unbelievable when these things happen, isn't it? Zach, it doesn't work for hardcore country. I'm afraid it doesn't work for hardcore country. So moving on from there, but all our prayers and love and wishes go out to Mickie James's family, and this time for them. We then move on, and we've got Steve Maclin versus Frankie Kazarian. Thank you, Anna, for that. I think this Steve Maclin versus Frankie Kazarian, that should be a really good match. Frankie's going to get.
I am the greatest.
Okay, cool. You're a bit late on that one. We're moved on to Steve Maclin and Frankie Kazarian.
No, congratulations to the happy couple who've just come back from their honeymoon. And
that's true. That is true.
Mr. Purrazo as well. So technically that counts.
I guess they are the fucking greatest couple. How about that?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. But there you go. So interesting to see where this one goes. I think Frankie's not going to know what hit him. I'm going to say that. But I think this could possibly be the last couple of matches. I think we might get another match after this, but I think this could be the last match that we get. And I think he's going to put Steve Maclin over. I think that's where this is going, which is going to be great. We know that Steve Maclin is fantastic, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Should be a good one. We've also got Bhupinder Gujjar versus Moose.
That's again, going to be good. That's going to be really good.
For me, I think this is going to be a DQ because I think that someone's definitely going to be coming out to get involved in this one. That Moose is pissed off. We know, there's the storyline on this one. Should be. I definitely think that this is going to end up in a DQ because obviously they don't want Moose to lose, but they've just been pushing Gujjar. So I don't think you want to see Gujjar lose either in this one. But
if Moose is going to win, he'll cheat to win, and so that's the only way Gujjar is going to lose cleanly. Is if Moose cheats to win by hits him with a low blow or something when the ref's not looking. He gets to win that way. So if Moose wins, it's not going to be cleanly, so it's not going to damage Gujjar at all.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not, because I don't want to see him lose.
No, I don't.
But I don't want to see Moose lose either. So it's going to be interesting. Exactly, bonus baby. Spear versus Gargoyle Spear. I'm down with it. I'm down with that. The trouble is, Moose is such a beast that the reality is, at this point, he shouldn't be losing to Bhupinder Gujjar. So I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see.
I personally think that that he has lost a bit of steam, Gujjar, recently. They seem to have put the brakes on him a little bit, but he was on a good run, and there's a lot of there is a lot to him to like, and I think he does have the ability of a future champion. And they've put him in the X division a little bit here, which again is a good base for him because he has all the tools for an X division champion too. So
I think so. I think he's great. I don't, and he's proved that.
Even his promos are decent.
Well,
they're for someone who doesn't speak, fluent English.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not so sure on that either, Dead Punk, by the way. But that would be good. I mean, it's worth, even if it was just maybe a one-off match at a special or something. No, you're right. I think Gujjar's doing great.
I've been impressed with him since day one. But he added me on Facebook before he joined Impact Wrestling, and I've been impressed with him since day one. I've been really, really looking forward to seeing him come to Impact Wrestling, and he's been absolutely way above my expectations since he's come in. But that match he had with Brian Myers really showed everyone he is someone that you should be keeping an eye on for next year.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, something I am hoping about, which I forgot to mention in the news and rumours, of course, but of course, the Digital Media Championship was defended on a show in Germany this past weekend. I think, from what I can gather, it was Trent Seven versus the prestigious one. I didn't say it. The prestigious one. He retained the title. So obviously Joe Hendry.
Oh God, why is it so far down the list?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So obviously he's retained. So, and I believe that there was something said where he at the show invited Trent Seven to come to the Impact Zone, so some sort of best of three. I believe the first time they met, Trent won. On this occasion, he won.
He won?
Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So he retained, which was great. But anyway, so moving on, guys. I think that is just about all we've got time for this week, guys. But don't forget to tune into the TNI Impact Review show tomorrow. Tomorrow night live on YouTube, of course, Twitch. Once Impact is aired, once a new version of Impact is aired on YouTube, obviously. On Access TV, Fight in Canada, Impact Plus. Of course, YouTube insiders. But there you go. Hang on a second. Bison, he also coming to the UK to defend the distribution.
Yeah,
I've heard that as well. Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
So, guys, don't forget to tune in to the Impact Review directly after tomorrow night's Impact Wrestling. Definitely worth checking that one out. Make sure that you watch the show so we can talk about all the things going on in Impact Wrestling tomorrow night. So please don't forget to head over to the TNI Patreon for extra exclusive content when you sign up, and of course join our Discord where we pretty much talk about everything Impact or Impact related, or even wrestling related, to be fair, as well as movies and other sports, etc. Loads of stuff goes on in there. If you want to go and check out where Uncle Mark is, that's exactly where he is pretty much the whole time. So go and check him out over there. All TNI shows are available on Listen on the GoFans, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Pretty much wherever you list your favorite shows, we are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JKEmptySpace. You can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for #EmptySpace, #IntoTheVoid, or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor, #DailyGiggle. That approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
There you go. And what about yourself, Steve? Now you're back.
You can find me over on the Twitter at SimplySteve311 for everything Impact Wrestling related. I'll know a bit more now, or like Joe, you can find me over on the Discord at SimplySteve.
Okay, cool. You've got, if you're interested in finding out a bit more about Lord Bison, you can find me on the Twitter box at Lord Bison45. I don't go on the Discord anymore. Uncle Mark kicked me out for being a naughty boy, but there you go. So I'm not on there at the moment, but you never know. He might forgive me in the future and allow me back in. You never know. You never know. I might get a pardon from Uncle Mark. You never know. I might do. Just fingers crossed. The Bison gets a pardon from the Lord of the Discord himself. You never know. You never know. But anyway, make sure you go over there and check everything out that's going on over there.
Oh, we've lost you, Bison.
Your audio's gone. Can't hear you.
Your audio's gone.
Oh God, we've lost the Bison. No, your audio's gone.
No,
Can't hear
you're
you.
gone. You're gone, bud.
Right, well, we're close to wrapping up. I'll just jump down to the end of the script and carry on. Yeah, please take the time to help us move up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up, guys. And if you like what you see, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to give that bell a tickle, a squeeze, or a smash. And let me try and get this right. To keep up to date with all the great content from everything Impact from TNI. And with that said, he has been the Bison. I am the Joker, and giving us the sane send-off is the man simply known as Steve. And of course, now something's come up on my laptop, so I'm going to be delayed for about 2 seconds. Hang there with me.
Right, I'll sit out, mate.
There we go.
So,
That's sorted.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that was this has been episode 111 of TNI. We'll see you next week, and enjoy your weekend, guys. Take care.
Take care.
We're Bison! We are in Bison!